What's for dinner? Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Doing something completely differently today. It's that time of year and we finally have some amazing weather here in New York. It's been raining for honestly 10 days straight and I am just over it. So I'm actually putting together a garden. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and the actual garden that I had in my head is not going to be the one that manifests this year, because the design I wanted was actually really expensive and it just wasn't something that I could commit to this year. But I did design a very affordable, cost-friendly type of garden. So I figured I would take you guys along with me just in case if anyone else is interested. Because as you guys know, I cook with so much cilantro and oregano, and nothing is better than homegrown cilantro. So I'm going to pretty much farm that whole thing. So we're going to go to Lowe's. I'm going to take you guys with me. I have a ton of stuff to return, as you can see in the back of my car. And hopefully this is a fun vlog, and if I fail at the garden, then we will just take this as a learning lesson or a lesson learned. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's run some errands, because I think it's supposed to rain later today, and hopefully the sun's out a little longer that can actually start planting the damn thing. So guys, I'm curious to know, do you guys have a green thumb? Like, do you guys plant your own gardens? If so, let me know down in the comment section any tips and tricks, because I am determined to have a green thumb. This is something that I have been working on for like 2 years. My boyfriend's family, his family, like all of them are green thumbs. They all have green thumbs, I should say, and I promise you, his mom and his aunt's cooking is out of this world. Like, it puts my cooking to shame. Granted, these are women who have been doing it forever, but all of them grow their own cacao, and I promise you, like, that is the secret to all of their cooking, and I'm trying to get on their level. But I did try to grow a garden, like, what, 2-3 years ago, babe? Oh, so babe's in the car. Yeah. 2-3 years ago, and it was good, minus the fact that, hold on, there's some like tomfoolery going on right here at this light. But anyways, what I was saying before was I did try to have a garden a few years ago, and it was my first time, and I made a lot of rookie mistakes. Like, I planted mint next to some herbs, and if you guys have ever planted mint in a garden, that thing grows sideways and literally just takes over everything. And then I didn't like tend to it, so I wasn't trimming it, and I had planted rosemary, and that thing grew out of control. It was actually a really beautiful plant, but I let it grow like crazy. So what I'm doing this year is, I didn't grow anything last year. I kind of also just let it run wild. So this year I got to do some maintenance and just redo the whole thing. I originally wanted a raised garden bed. Like, I'm still gonna plant in the ground, but I wanted a raised garden bed, and I was reading online that you have to use some cedar wood. Like, that's the best type of wood to use. But when I was pricing it out and the size, because guys, I'm mad extra, so my garden is about like 16 feet long, which is pretty big. When I was, working out the math with how much the lumber was going to cost and how much the soil was going to cost, and actually getting the seeds and the plants and the herbs and all that, it was going to come out to be like a $400 or $500 thing, and it still wasn't even going to be how I wanted it. So versus instead of trying to get what I wanted in like a cheap way, I was like, you know what, I'll do it in like 2 years, and like next year or the year after, and I'll do it how I want. And then this year I'm just gonna explore a cheaper option, because I definitely want an herb garden. So if you guys have any tips that you can share, comment down below. Also, let me know, do you guys grow a garden? And like, if you do, What do you guys plant? Like, I'm just curious because I'm so excited about this type of stuff. I don't know if anyone else is. So if anyone else is, like, you know, let's be friends. Like, what's going on? So we found some garden soil. It was actually on sale. Whether or not it's good remains to be seen. I do use Miracle Grow for my indoor plant, and that thing is just flourishing. So I'm hoping that that same brand in the garden soil will translate and all my herbs will be nice and big and delicious. Now we're looking for some other things. I want to see if I can find some cilantro seeds because I took a peek out in the garden section and they actually don't have that many already grown cilantro plants, and I did intend on getting some that already started planting because I am low-key a little late on this, and also some seeds. So just taking a look around. Bay is a little hot and bothered because those garden bags were pretty heavy, and I was just like, can you please put them in the cart?
All for you. Yeah.
Like, big fit. Oh, that was almost bad.
Not smooth.
That's smooth. Not smooth at all. Hey guys, so we actually left Lowe's and we ended up just getting some garden soil and some other stuff that we needed for around the house, like paint and stuff like that. We're actually on our way now to Home Depot because they had a really good selection of like sweet basil and Thai basil at Lowe's, but they didn't have any cilantro, and honestly that's the main thing I'm interested in planting. I also want to plant like a mix of plants that have already been started since I am a little late in the planting game right now. It's like mid-May. I should have planted this a while ago, but the weather in New York was just awful the last couple of weeks. And so I also want to get seeds. So I want to plant like a mix of plants that have been started and some seeds. And we were actually in Home Depot, what was it, babe? Like a few days ago, and I took a peek at their plants, and I know that they have some. I know that they have like a wide selection of cilantro, but obviously it's a really popular herb. So hopefully we find what we need and we can get started to the fun stuff, which is actually putting this whole thing together. So the quest for my herb garden is still underway. Okay, so as you can see here, the cilantro is not that great. It's actually way better than what it was in Lowe's, which is saying a lot. I mean, I have a little bit more to choose from, and honestly, I'm just gonna have to rehab some of these guys when I plant them. The most important thing is that you want the roots to be pretty healthy, and then it'll grow like wildfire. And again, I plan on also finding some seeds. The crazy thing is, I don't know if you guys can see all the way back there, a few of the plants fell. Those are actually the stronger looking ones. So I may try and climb over this big old mountain of soil to get to it because, like I said, I want to get some really good ones. And note to self, get these guys at the beginning of the season because they are apparently super popular. Look at all this basil. I'm definitely going to get some Thai basil because I'm obsessed with Thai food. And I'm also going to get a bunch of sweet basil. Now look at all this basil. Look how healthy it looks. I just wish the cilantro also looked like this. But again, I have plans for that. Definitely going to grab a little bit of basil because I'm also obsessed with basil. I also like to make my own pesto sauce at home. So good. Look at that. Just look at that. It looks so beautiful. Alright guys, look at this. I found gold. This is exactly what I was looking for. I'm gonna take one, maybe two. I gonna take home about 3 or 4 packets because I am obsessed with this stuff. Look at all my babies. They are coming home with me, and tomorrow we will plant them. Hey guys, so it is day 2 of this home garden situation. As you can see, it is an absolute mess, and that's because I actually started this garden about 2 or 3 years ago, and then I just kind of ran out of time and I let it run absolutely crazy. So now we have this monstrosity behind me, but luckily we're gonna revamp the whole entire thing. And funny enough, yesterday when I got home from Home Depot, I didn't realize just how affordable this new design of the garden is going to be. So once I'm done, either right here on the vlog or in my website, I'll break it down just how much we spent. Do keep in mind, my garden, you may not be able to tell, but it's very long. It's about 16 feet long and it's only about 2 feet deep. So it's very long and skinny. So yeah, once I figure out how much I'm gonna spend, I'll let you guys know in case you guys are also interested in mimicking the design. So let's go ahead and get started because I cannot wait to plant my little babies in the soil and just get to the fun stuff. Oh, we've only started. Alright guys, so I've done quite a bit already. I've actually taken up the old plastic fences and I tossed them. I tossed the old planters that I had, and they were the plastic ones, which by the way, they're really affordable, but just save yourself the money. And if you're looking into those, just get the ceramic ones. They sell some at really good prices on Amazon, Home Depot, and Home Goods. I've regretted instantly having the plastic ones just because they bow and they don't really hold up well. So I'm tossing those. I also pulled up the weeds and now I'm gonna till, is that the word? You can tell I'm a city girl. I'm gonna rough up the old soil and then replace it with some, and add some like fertilizer and some more garden soil just to make sure that everything I'm planting actually takes hold and grows beautifully. This is a workout. This is a workout indeed.
Give me your triumph.
Garden, debatable. Okay, so we actually just finished mapping out where all the herbs are gonna go. We did some research and we're gonna try some companion planting, and that's when you plant herbs that do really well next to each other. And obviously the biggest part of the whole garden, which is the one right behind me, there's about 6 feet of just cilantro because I'm an absolute nut job and I need my own cilantro farm. So the next step is actually going to be putting these guys in ground, and then after I put them in ground, I'm going to put the labels that I made for them, and then we're also going to go ahead and put in the little fence that we bought for them as well. Alright guys, so this is the finished garden. Honestly, in total, it took us about 3 hours to do everything, but because we were filming, it took us a little bit longer. So if you try to do this at home, it will honestly probably take you about 2 hours depending on what the situation is in your backyard. Funny enough, I actually overshot the garden by about 2 feet. So my garden went from 16 feet to a full 18 feet. Not that I mind, and again, this is a super affordable garden bed. We did the math really quickly and it came out to about $150. So again, I will include the details either at the end of this video or somewhere on my blog in case you're interested in recreating. And be sure to follow me on Instagram because I will be giving you guys all of the updates on my garden here. And I have a few planters that I'm actually going to put around the backyard where I'm going to plant this guy right here, which is spearmint or yerba buena, and you definitely don't want to plant this with the rest of the guys because he has a tendency to take over since he grows sideways. So yeah, be sure to follow me on there so you can keep up to date with the garden, and I can't wait to see you guys next week with an all new video. And like always, buen provecho guys. It smells so good. It smells so good. You know what time it is now? We're gonna make some mojitos because we actually have some mint left over from like 2 years ago. That is how thorough this thing can survive an apocalypse. I have yerba buena left over from 2 years ago that was growing. We harvested it. We're gonna have some mojitos and some dinner because we're tired. Hey guys, if you like this vlog and you want to see more vlogs and more tasty recipes from me, be sure to subscribe down below and click that bell so that you don't miss out each week whenever I post an all new video. And if you want to see more recipes or if you're a little hungry, looking for some inspiration, be sure to click right here on the side where I have so many more videos and so many more recipes.